Hello, I am Alejandra Ottolina and we are here today for some practical teaching tips in just a few seconds. It is a fact that we are all the time using our skills. And when I say skills, probably what comes to your mind is the teaching of reading, writing, speaking and listening. But what about our own teaching skills? Remember that skills are to be developed, they can be brushed up, they can even be learned. And when we say teaching skills, we are referring to planning, presentation, group management, lesson management, among others. Let's start with planning, for example. One very important variable that we have to pay attention to is the setting of aims. And we have read about, for example, main aims, subsidiary aims, personal aims. But the most important thing about aims is that they have to be very clear and specific. The more specific they are, the easier it will be for us to check whether we are achieving them or not. So, for example, a good aim is never the teaching of the present simple. It's very difficult to teach everything about the present simple and to guarantee that our students are learning all that. So we have to be very specific. For example, we can do that by saying, I want my students to describe their own personal routines. Present simple, first person singular or first person plural. Or I want my students to describe somebody else's routine, third person. Or I want my students to ask and answer about routine. The more specific, the better. The second important thing we have to take into account is that our aims have to be really attainable. And when I say attainable, I mean we've got 30 students in the classroom, so everybody or almost everybody has to be able to achieve the aims I have set. If just 2 or 3 manage to do so, then that doesn't make any sense. So aims have to be clear and specific, they have to be attainable, and finally, we have to monitor, we have to pay attention to the students' work. We have to pay attention to whether they are learning or not, achieving my aims or not. And finally, before I close the door at the end of my lesson, I have to ask myself, I have to self-assess my work. I have to ask myself, have I achieved my aims? Have I managed to teach everything I wanted to teach? That will make you a better teacher. Thank you and see you soon for more tips.